welcome to Chicago Women in Trade Show. Today we have our featured guest, Jark. Hi, and this is Emily Peters. Let's welcome Emily, the Director of Training Programs. Welcome, Emily.
Yes, thank you.
So Chicago Women in Trades, of course, we've been around 36 years and we help women get into the construction industry as well as the manufacturing industry. And oftentimes a lot of men ask, hey, how can I get in a program similar to that? So today we want to introduce our partner, and it's Jark. And Jark represents Jane Addams Resource Corporation. So Emily Peters, welcome. We've been looking forward to this conversation so we can help some of our men get into some programs such as the manufacturing and the welding that you all offer. So let's talk about a few things about the program with Jark. What is Jark?
Yeah, so again, Jark is the Jane Addams Resource Corporation. So we are a nonprofit organization. We've been around a little over 30 years. On the north side of Chicago and then on the west side of Chicago, where we do offer our free manufacturing job training program.
Did you say free? I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. And also job placement, too, which is probably the biggest part of it all.
Excellent.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. So what are some of the programs that Jark offers?
Yeah, so we do offer our CNC Job Training, which stands for the Computer Numerical Control.
Okay.
So that's really the process that actually automates machinery using computers.
Okay.
So there's a wide variety of materials you could be using it for, depending on the manufacturer. But most commonly in our machine shop, we're using it with metal. So everyone that goes through the program, we really encourage them to get certified with their NIMS credential, which is the National Institute of Metalworking Skills. So that's actually a portable credential. You could go anywhere in the U.S. and your employer knows that you're certified and you can do the job. Oh, wow. So we encourage everyone to get that certification in the milling, which is actually making objects that are more square in nature, and then also the turning, which is making objects kind of more round in nature.
Okay. And what is describe your CNC program for those that may not know? Yeah,
so it's about on average 20 weeks, and you are doing really intensive training Monday through Friday. Friday is always our soft skill day, where you're working with an employment coach, a financial coach, our income support specialist to really make sure during the time that you're in training, you have all the supports that you need.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's great. So you all have a welding program as well.
Yes.
Let's hear a little bit about your welding program.
Yeah. So for our welding program, on average is about 14 weeks. And during that time, you're learning the different types of welding. We mainly focus on the MIG welding, but we also do some exposure to the TIG and the stick welding. So everyone that goes through that program as well is getting a certification, a nationally recognized certification, which is your AWS, your American Welding Society. That's specifically going to be in the MIG welding, but we are teaching all the other styles as well, just to make people more marketable when they go out for a job. Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
Yes. So what is the press break program? I've been hearing a lot about it lately.
Yeah, so that's one of our newer programs. So press break is actually the process of bending plate and sheet material. Most commonly it's going to be sheet metal, but it's actually it's somewhat similar to the CNC in that it's a programmable machine, but it's actually a little more manual in the sense that you are actually moving the material yourself. The machine isn't doing it for you. But you are still getting a NIMS certification out of that, the National Institute of Metalworking Skills, and that's going to be in metal forming.
Okay, great. Yeah. That sounds good. So you all offer a manufacturing bridge program, correct?
Right.
How does that work? What does that consist of?
Yeah, so our manufacturing bridge program is actually a refresher course in reading and math. So the nice thing about the program is you are actually learning some of those skills that you're going to use in the manufacturing environment once you're employed, and then also what you're going to use during the advanced training program.
I see.
So that includes things like blueprint reading, shop math, metrology, which is like precision measuring using the different instruments, calipers, micrometers.
Okay.
So it really kind of sets you up to be more successful once you get into the advanced training program.
Wow.
And everyone that does that program as well, we encourage them to get their OSHA 10
Okay.
general industry.
Right.
Again, just to make them more marketable and make sure they're being safe on the job as well, which is
Absolutely.
always important.
OSHA is pretty big with the manufacturing industry as well as construction, so we definitely understand that safety is important, everyone. It looks like we have a caller. Caller, go ahead with your question or comment.
Hi, yeah, I had a question for Emily. I was wondering if you needed experience in manufacturing or construction in order to do the programs?
Yeah, great question.
That's it.
So majority of our trainees that come through our program actually do not have prior experience in any of those fields. They may have actually worked for years in healthcare or in another field and then decided later on they wanted to pursue manufacturing. So we are more than happy and willing to work with anyone at any experience or any skill level for that matter. And everybody usually is very successful in the program too,
Right.
no matter their skill level.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for that question. So let's let them know the locations for JARC
Yeah.
and the phone number.
Yeah, so if anyone has questions or wants to learn more about the programs, our phone number is 773-751-7112, or you can visit our website, which is www.jane-adams.org. And like I said earlier, we do have the two locations on the north side in Ravenswood, and then on the west side in Austin.
All right. So 2 locations. Okay.
Right.
Great. So how does a participant usually get started with JARC and the programs you offer?
Yeah, so everyone that is interested in the program, we encourage them to attend one of our information sessions. We host those every Wednesday at both locations. And during that time, it's really good to kind of feel out JARC and sort of feel out the manufacturing field to see if it is something you're interested in making a career out of. So to do that, we actually take everyone on a tour of the manufacturing shop so you can see the equipment, see what you're going to be working with. And then it's also a time to meet the instructors and current trainees and talk to them, ask questions,
Right.
just to make sure it's a good fit.
Absolutely.
And from there, we have, an application and kind of a general assessment we have everyone complete. Then we actually do, at a later date, an interview. Kind of similar to a job interview where we're trying to make sure, is this a good fit for you? Is it a good fit for JARC?
Right.
Is now a good time for you to be pursuing this kind of a program?
Absolutely.
So after that, we actually operate an open entry, open exit.
Okay.
So it's different than a typical cohort model. There isn't a cutoff date that you have to enroll by.
Okay.
We really start people just about every week in the program.
Wow.
Um,
That's great.
and yeah, so from there, you would essentially complete the paperwork and be able to start the program. We have daytime and evening classes as well
Okay.
to accommodate people's schedule.
Let's take a look at some of the photos of just actual participants actually
Yes.
going to work and learning the
Yeah.
training. So let's take a look. So explain this demonstration here. This would be
Yeah, so that is the CNC machine. So what he's working on, that's actually the motion control board that during your time in the program, you actually learn how to operate the machine, but then also set it up. So you can see in the background, there's various tools inside of the machine. So you'll
Right.
actually learn how to set up the tools, how to set up your material in the machine. And then you actually learn how to program it too.
Wow.
So on the motion control board, there's a whole computer code essentially that you learn how to write that code and how to tell the machine to make the part that you're cutting at that time.
Okay. Let's take a look at your next photo.
Yeah.
Welding.
Yeah, so that's from our welding program. That one is not the MIG though. That is our TIG welding, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, there's various techniques. You can see it's smoking quite a bit. So there's a lot of and flames. So there's a lot of protective equipment you definitely have to make sure you're wearing, and obviously that's a perfect time for your OSHA 10 to come in handy as well.
Absolutely.
So then yeah, this is our press brake machine. So as you can see, it does look pretty similar to the CNC machine, that there's a panel where you're actually telling the program, right?
Yeah, I see that.
But it's a little different in that it the material actually goes in the middle, and you are moving the material yourself. The machine doesn't move it for you like it would in the CNC.
Okay, sounds good.
And then yeah, so our manufacturing bridge, it is a hybrid class. Some of it is in a classroom, and then some of it is actually on the machine shop, kind of doing the hands-on work as well.
Wow, this is great. So much helpful information with our programs, and our partner Jarek, we welcome you. Thank you so much for coming in. We have a caller. Caller, go ahead with your comment or your question.
Hi, I was wondering what level of education you needed for training. Do you need a diploma, a GED, or do you need a college degree?
Great question.
Good question. So for our programs, we actually do not require any kind of high school diploma, GED, or anything beyond that, really. The nice thing too, a lot of our employers that we work with don't require that either. There is a little bit of assessment testing at the very beginning during that info session. So it's really for us to kind of gauge what resources do you need at this time to make sure that you're going to be successful throughout the training program. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, what types of jobs are available for the candidates once they are completed with the training or throughout the end of the course of the training?
Yeah, so we obviously do the job placement piece. That's huge. I mean, we want everyone to be employed once they go through our program.
Yes.
But we do really kind of aim for those middle skilled jobs. So not an entry level job, but what a middle skill job would be is something that requires you to have a little bit of like vocational training or a certification, and you get both of those through our training program. So the nice thing about the middle skill jobs is they do offer a lot of career growth and career opportunities as well.
Great.
So what we tend to see at JARC is placing people a lot in the production, fabrication, or for like our CNC machinists, doing more of like the CNC operation.
Right, okay.
And of course, those are, like I said, they're middle skill jobs. So once people get into that, there's usually a lot of opportunities to move around within the company a lot of times.
And what's usually the starting rate? Usually coming out of the training?
So right now across all of our programs, it's about $15.50 an hour is the average that we're seeing right now.
Okay.
But again, that's for individuals who don't have any prior experience.
Right.
And again, that's not including overtime or any of the really nice benefits that you typically would get from a manufacturing employer.
Absolutely. That's pretty good.
And the jobs, for the most part, are all throughout the Chicagoland area.
Okay.
And even in some suburban areas where there's more of those industrial clusters and things like that.
Right, absolutely. That's good. And what about some barriers now? I know a lot of people may say, hey, I have a background, or, as you stated, no need a high school diploma, which is good to hear. But what are some of the barriers you all help out with as far as, it's not a requirement to get into the program?
Right. So I guess I'll start by saying the really nice thing about the manufacturing industry is that we manufacturers have so many job openings at the moment and not enough skilled workers to fill them.
Right.
So the barriers to entry into employment like this is very low. I mean, they
Okay.
are willing to work with just about any type of individual, and so are we at JARC.
Absolutely.
So
Hold that thought. We
okay,
have a caller.
sure.
Looks like we have a caller.
Sure.
Please go ahead with your question or comment.
Hello,
Hi.
I have a question. I graduated in '07, and I'm trying to find out, am I still eligible for workshops or anything from Chicago Women in Trade?
Okay, you graduated from Chicago Women in Trades?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what I can do is have you come on in for our information session. We have them, and let's talk about that now. Here's some information on our information sessions. We have them every first and third Wednesday of the month at 10:30, and our second and fourth Wednesday of the month at 5:30. Feel free to give us a call also. If you are a former alumni, we definitely want to hear from you, and we definitely want to assist in any way possible. So feel free to give us a call or come on into an info session. All right, thank you so much for that comment or your question as well. So go ahead with that thought. I'm sorry. We were talking about the barriers and
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, I mean, the manufacturers have a lot of jobs they need filled today.
Right,
So
right.
it's very easy to get employment. You really just need the certification and the experience with the training. So if you don't have a high school diploma or GED, that is no problem to getting in our program or getting employment. If someone has a criminal background, that's totally fine with us.
Wow.
Many employers are okay with that as well. It all kind of depends on the industry and the manufacturer.
Absolutely.
But I would say right now we have about 50% of the trainees currently in the program do have some kind of criminal background, and we have no problem with that at all.
Absolutely.
We actually do have some partner agencies that we work with that we can make referrals to for sealing, expunging, legal services of that nature as well.
Absolutely. That's good.
Yeah, in addition
That's
to
good.
transportation as well. I know we hear a lot, sometimes people don't have reliable transportation.
Right, that
If
is
you're
true.
willing to commit to the program, we will commit to getting you there.
Wow, that's dedication.
Yeah.
All you have to do is commit.
Yes,
You know?
yes.
So we're hearing good things. Transportation, they help with supportive services for you. Criminal backgrounds, they work with felony-friendly companies. So
Yes.
I think this is a great program, right?
I think so,
Looks like
too.
we have a caller. Caller, go ahead with your comment or question.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. Is the JARC program only for men and Chicago Women in Trades is only for women?
No, actually, JARC is for men and women.
Yes.
Yes. Now, Chicago Women in Trades, yes, we are just for women, but we have a partner here, and that's why we brought on Emily today to discuss the helpful resources that we have within our sector as partners. We work together. We have similar programs, but we
Right.
do cater to the women, and JARC has programs for men and women.
Okay, great. And she mentioned that they have North Side and West Side locations. Could you tell me
Absolutely.
exactly
Emily, go
where they
ahead
are?
and tell them about that.
Yeah, so on the north side, we're actually in the Ravenswood neighborhood at 4432 North Ravenswood Avenue. And then on the west side, we're actually inside of the Austin College and Career Academy. So that's 231 North Pine Avenue.
Oh, great. Thank you. And is that easy by bus?
Oh, what was the question?
I think she said by bus, public transportation.
Oh, yes. There's definitely train stops by both locations that are less than a
Great.
block
Thank
away.
you so
Yeah.
much.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. This is some helpful information.
glad.
You know, I think a lot of people, they need these resources and just these avenues of free programs, such as what
Right.
we do. You know, we offer our free 12-week program similar to JARC. And our information sessions, again, are the first and the third Wednesday of the month for Chicago Women in Trades, 10:30 a.m. And then the second Wednesday and the fourth Wednesday of the month at 5:30 p.m. Okay? Our phone number is 312-942-1444. And you're welcome to come on down at any time and visit us to discuss what we offer. Again, our programs are free, okay? And that's a good thing, right? Now, we have a 12-week program, and JARC has a 14-week program. And I think this is something for individuals, if you're thinking of changing your career, you want to, find something new, you enjoy working with your hands, and you never really had an opportunity to get training like this. We are here, and we're here to help.
Yes,
we're here to
definitely.
help. So any closing remarks you want to share with us about JARC and anything coming up, any classes coming up soon?
Yeah,
Okay.
so every Wednesday we do have our info sessions on the north and the west side. So if you are interested in more of the details, definitely give us a call again. And that's at 773-751-7112. But I definitely want to also emphasize that if someone is willing and really wants to pursue manufacturing,
Yes.
we will mobilize as many resources as we can to help someone get through the program. If you
That's
make
great.
a commitment to us, we will definitely make a commitment to you.
That's great. Looks like we have a call. Caller, go ahead with your comment or question.
Hi, I was wondering what I needed to bring to an application session.
Yeah, so really at that time, we wouldn't be requiring any documentation, but if you wanted to kind of get a head start and have that information ready, I would definitely suggest possibly bringing an ID if you have a social security card, and then proof of income. But if you don't have any of that, don't worry, you can still attend, get the tour, and then we can work on getting the documentation at a later date.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for your call. Thank you. So it looks like a lot of people are interested in, just changing their careers. I know out in the community, I do a lot of outreach, and a lot of men always ask, what's for me? It's for women, for Chicago Women in Trades. But I say, you know what? Contact JARC.
Yeah.
They have some great programs over there, and I think you all are doing some exceptional work.
Yeah,
So
thank
I
you.
appreciate being a partner of you all.
Oh, we appreciate Chicago Women in Trades too.
Absolutely. So basically, we want you to come on out to these information sessions. It's so much information you're going to get. We can give you a wonderful tour, and we're here. We're here, Chicago Women in Trades. We're located at 16th and Western, 2444 West 16th Street on the corner of 16th and Western. And I want you to share your address again for us, your two locations.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so on the north side, we're at 4432 North Ravenswood Avenue. It's right off of the Montrose Brown Line stop. And then also in Austin, we're inside of Austin College and Career Academy, and that's 231 North Pine Avenue. It's about a block from the Central Green Line stop as well.
Very accessible.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much. So as we wrap up, I just want to let everyone know construction is going on now in the city of Chicago.
Yes.
There's a lot of manufacturing, welding positions I'm seeing a lot lately.
Yes.
So we definitely want you to participate. And I do thank you all for tuning in today with us. Thanking Emily and JARC for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And you all have a good day. Take care. Thank you.